Unsportsmanlike with Evan, Canty, and Michelle.
Unsportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance. Great stuff as always from Brian Windhorst.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
so awesome.
He's amazing. He has so much good info around everything. The new rules with potentially, if the finals ends tonight, that we could see players signing for with their own team or contracts negotiated starting tonight if they obviously end it in Boston this evening. All right. We know that there are going to be a lot of rumors and conversations around your Lakers, CC, and they will be a hot ticket as always. And Hot Ticket is brought to you by Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Get great deals on the hottest tickets. Experience it live. There was a lot of conversation that JJ Redick had his coaching interview this weekend, and Kurt Sandoval of ABC7 LA Sports Anchor was on Game Night on ESPN Radio and had this to say about JJ Redick as the possible next Lakers head coach.
By all indications, from everything we're hearing and reading, it's his job. But and I love JJ. I mean, he was a Clipper for 4 years, really smart, very young man. Young man, he's 40, okay? When I'm 60, I can call him a young man. Really great guy, but boy, this is, to me, it's beyond a head scratcher, hiring yet another coach without experience as a head coach. And Darvin Ham didn't work out, and at least he was an assistant, you know. It has never been a coach at any level. It's just beyond a head scratcher.
I don't think this is as much about J.J. Redick as it is about the state of the Lakers. I mean, we try to talk about what kind of job this is, whether it's a good job, whether it's a bad job, and I would lean toward it being the latter just because the expectations are unrealistic given where they're at. Again, you've got to deal with LeBron James opting out and re-signing him. You've got to deal with what's going to go on with D'Angelo Russell. Either way, the space that you have under the second tax apron is going to get eaten up pretty quickly. So I just don't see a pathway to this team being able to add enough to put you on the same level as teams like the Timberwolves, like the Mavs, like the Denver Nuggets, like the Oklahoma City Thunder. And so that's why I just, even though J.J. Redick is a great basketball mind, he seems like he would be a fit to be a head coach in the NBA. I just don't see him being able to have the level of success that's going to keep the Lakers out of this cycle of dysfunction where they're hiring and firing coaches every 2 or 3 years.
Also, in addition to that, there's been all this reaction about JJ potentially getting this job without having any coaching experience. Do we have that reaction because it's the Lakers' job? If this was another job in the NBA, would we have the same reaction to J.J. Redick's name being tied so closely with a head coaching job?
Like if he got the Charlotte Hornets job.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. But I think that's where the pushback comes from because this is supposed to be one of those jobs where they're only fishing in a certain pond and they are only going to be going after candidates that have a certain resume. And J.J. Redick could be the best hire that they make. But because he doesn't have that resume and because it's the Lakers, I think that's why a lot of people are saying that this is a head scratcher.
I think there are some jobs in sports that you can't start at. Like, for example, even though it's been ruined recently, I don't understand how you can have your first managerial job as the manager of the Yankees. Like Aaron Boone had that. Joe Girardi was a longtime coach.
Yeah, but Aaron Boone is a baseball family, like his daddy, his brother. Like, I don't know. That's a little
I'm not
bit
trying to
different.
make it about Aaron Boone as much as I am in general. I agree with what you're saying, Smalls. If he was if JJ Redick was interviewing for the head coaching job of the Charlotte Hornets, we would look at this completely. Oh, yeah, you know what? Good roll of the dice. He went to school in North Carolina. Worth a try. To me, the Lakers are a job you graduate into.
Agreed.
Darvin Ham spent forever as an assistant after being a player. There would be an argument that we should see more jumps amongst the head coaches within the same sport.
Right.
Like, oh, you do a great job with Team X. Now you get to be that team's head coach, like we see in college, right?
Yeah, I was just
You're a
gonna say.
mid-major, and then you get to be a major head coach. I don't know why this guy's coming to my mind, but Mike Norvell, the head coach of Florida State, was a head coach at Memphis. That feels right.
Yeah.
You do a great job at Memphis. You show everybody what you're doing there. Offense, again, I'm not trying to be too offensive, but it is. Now you graduate to a program like FSU.
There's steps along the way.
I mean, like even our world, like we have probably 50 years combined of experience in broadcast and media to get to this unbelievable platform that we have all earned our way into. You don't start here It's not, you know what? I'm going to go into broadcasting. Let's do a 4-hour-a-day radio show 5 days a week. I know CeCe's family thinks he doesn't work, but this is not easy. Like we may come off like it's not easy, like we don't know what we're doing. I get it. But the reality is, like, you graduate into something like this, and then the harder part is actually keeping it and staying with it. I think your point is an excellent one. Theoretically, a coach, this has nothing to do with JJ Redick, should be graduating into the Lakers job, not starting with the Lakers job. And I think that's what makes us feel, I don't know if uncomfortable is the right word, curious about it.
Yeah, but the Lakers had Pat Riley, though. Like, he literally came off of the booth, was an assistant head coach, and then ended up getting the job.
That's already different. He was an assistant coach.
Yeah, he was an assistant coach, but Westhead, really? Like, I just...
No, that's not...
Come on now.
But hold on a second.
Like,
CeCe.
he was basically the de facto head coach.
I get it, but being the de facto head coach and being the head coach are two different things. Pat Riley had more experience at the time than JJ Redick has.
But maybe we're viewing the Lakers job through an antiquated prism. Maybe we're saying it's a job that you graduate into, and it's not anymore.
If they got Danny Hurley, just for argument's sake, their original goal, as Woj reported, and Danny Hurley said, you know what, JJ? I love the idea of the Lakers going after you. I want you to sit next to me. Is he taking that job?
I don't know.
No, why would I leave the A team for ESPN, NBA on ESPN? Why would I leave that for an assistant?
In my podcast?
Okay. No shot.
That's fine.
You have a very comfortable
So it's either
position.
the top or stay where you are. But the Lakers, let's not make any mistake about this. While these current circumstances wouldn't indicate that this would be the best job, as a franchise, you're coaching the Lakers.
Yeah, but the shine has kind of come off of that to some degree, right? Because of the dysfunction that has been post Phil Jackson. Mm-hmm. Like, it's been 7 head coaches that they've hired and fired. At some point, people are looking at this and saying, maybe that job ain't that great. And for somebody that would be an outside-of-the-box hire, like, I can understand why J.J. Redick would want to do his due diligence in the same way that the Lakers would want to dig into his background, because this is a very unique opportunity, and you're stepping into a new role in the NBA, and you're going to be judged with the highest degree of criticism because of the expectations.
So who gets more credit or blame if this goes well or doesn't go well if he gets the job, LeBron or J.J. Redick?
LeBron.
So how do Lakers fans then look at LeBron if it goes well and if it doesn't go well?
Has it ever fell on LeBron, though? I guess that's the point. Like, LeBron has always scapegoated coaches. So why would J.J. Redick be any different from Frank Vogel or Darvin Ham or Luke Walton?
Because is the idea even
or
there?
Or Ty Lue or any like.
But is
any,
the idea there
coaches.
if it's not for LeBron? Are we even thinking about J.J. Redick if it's not for LeBron's connection?
No.
Probably not. No.
Not for a head coaching job because he had interviewed previously.
I'm not disputing that. I think it
with
should.
That job specifically.
I think it should fall on LeBron James if they hire J.J. Redick and things go left. I think it should fall on him. I haven't seen that part of it fall on him. I'm not saying LeBron James doesn't get criticized because he does, but I don't think we've criticized him when it comes to the coaching hires specifically.
But this would be a completely different situation because it's someone coming in as the head coach who doesn't have that experience, but he does have a pre-existing relationship with LeBron and LeBron only, seemingly, on the surface. That's the one we're always going to point to. So I think this one's a little bit different, even though LeBron has distanced himself from this hire, saying, I want them to think about life beyond me. I don't want to be a part of this. We know that he's going to co-sign this in a lot of ways. And we know that part of the reason why J.J. Redick is an attractive candidate for the Los Angeles Lakers is because of the podcast he does with LeBron, that they are on the same wavelength. Their basketball philosophies are likely in alignment. Yeah. They've talked a lot of X's and O's. We all know that relationship is a huge reason why this hire potentially will be made. And I think fair or unfair, it's going to fall on LeBron if it doesn't go well.
A couple of things there. Maybe that's why the Lakers were good drawing the line in the sand with Danny Hurley at 6 years, $70 million, and why it didn't rise to the level that we all thought it was probably going to take to get him from UConn. Maybe they didn't get to that 9-figure contract because they had J.J. Redick in their back pocket. Mm-hmm. And I know J.J. Redick probably doesn't like the way it's framed, but maybe that's why, because we knew that this is LeBron's guy and this would be his preference all along. So there's that piece of it. But then I can't help but think about how fascinating it is with J.J. Redick, if he does end up getting hired, the criticism that will fall on both LeBron James and Rob Pelinka if things don't work out. I mean, you could be talking about both of them being gone from the Lakers in a couple of years if J.J. Redick doesn't get this team to the championship rounds of the NBA postseason. I mean, that is a dramatic shift for this franchise if that were to play out that way.
Any way you cut it, people